gold shadow, gold midtone, gold highlight 1, and gold highlight 2. Yes, you can really paint gold like normal acrylics with all the layers, highlights and shadows and whatnot. You can do the same thing for copper and for silver, and if you want to know how to do this, see you after this. So I received 2 sets of metal in Alchemy, gold and silver. And the idea behind the metal and alchemy sets is that you can paint metal colors, metallic colors, like you would any other acrylic paint. Shadow color, mid-tone, going up with the highlights. And I wanted to test that out. So let's just jump in and paint some stormcasts, eh? Since this video is about using these metallics, I'm going to fast forward. Everything I painted before is just zenithal and then contrast paint. I try to be really neat and tidy with the contrast paints, and I will try to be really neat and tidy with the metallic paints. And yes, I use a wet palette for my metallics, but I separate it from the other acrylic paints. And this paint mixes quite well and it doesn't need a lot of thinning. If you are an experienced painter, you can use these colors as you would use any other acrylic paint. But if you're just starting out, you can follow the recipe that is delivered in the manual. And that is pretty simple. You have a highlight color, you have a base tone, and you have a shadow color, and you even have variations to that. And you could even combine gold and silver or copper and gold. And there are people in my community that tell me I am an experienced painter, but in my case, I would say I've been just doing this for over 2 years now. And I was happy to have a recipe that I could follow. And I'm following the recipe for the gold and for the silver on all of these models, starting with a simple base coat and then going on from there. What I absolutely like about all of these 3 sets, gold, silver and copper, is that you have variations. You don't have like a simple triad, but 4 colors to choose from, and all these special highlight colors that I'm going to talk about later. And that really makes that a special set, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with them. And yes, I may be joking about following the recipe here, but it really works. You just add a mid-tone, you just add a shadow tone, you just add some highlights that you prefer, and you can make it look old or new, shiny or used. It's all up to you, and it works out fine if you follow this recipe. Well, it doesn't get any easier. So the absolute amazing thing about these color sets is that they deliver you 4 more colors that are like pop colors or for gems and stuff. I haven't quite figured it out. In the silver one and the gold one, there's a description where they use it to paint the reflective fins on a fish, which is a nice idea. But you could use it for gems or for special highlights to get the highlight color into a blue or into a green, into a red. And I found some nice places to use them on the stormcasts as well. Every set comes with these special colors named after crystals or special stones, and they really give you the extra kick. As I said, there's this example where they paint the fin of a fish with it for extra reflection, and you can use them on your metals wherever you want. All the software, all the assets, all the good music that you hear is thanks to all these people, and I really appreciate that. If you want to support me in that way, there's a link to my Patreon. And if you want to support me in any other way, just hit like or leave a nice comment, subscribe to my channel. Thank you. This is a speed paint job, but still it's time for a reveal, eh? Let's look at them. The concept of using metallic colors like any other acrylic paint isn't new. People have done that before. But having a set that's specifically made for that is awesome. And I can say these colors behave really well. They cover well, they flow well, they have a nice shine to them. They work great. So having this set and having the possibility to follow along different recipes is just great. So I would recommend them and I will use them more often. You didn't see me paint anything on this little burp guy. But people asked me about, well, how did you make that? It looks so freaking good. I was like, that's just contrast paint and dry brush. So I decided to add on a little bonus and show you a quick way to paint this little fella up. Enjoy that. Okay, I feel a bit stupid for making this painting tutorial, but people asked how I painted this bird. And it is so simple. It's just a zenithal, like with all the other stuff, and then contrast paints. First a darker one and then a lighter one, as you can see here on the wings. And then it's just a dry brush. A light brown for the tree stump, a light gray for the floor tiles, and then a light gray on the wings, because this gives a nice edge highlight to all the feathers on this bird. And in my local arts and crafts store I found these cool ink pens, which are amazing for blacklining and just booping in pupils. And as you can see, boop, I just booped in a pupil and it works really well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a more light-hearted speed painting, testing new stuff kind of video, but I think that is what this hobby is about. You don't always have to do these perfect paint jobs. You can take your time, you can make experiments, and you can try out new stuff. And if you enjoyed this, you know, pesky buttons down below, like, comment, subscribe. I will really appreciate that. And for now, see you in the next video. Bye guys.